Guys, Romy here. Please like, comment, subscribe if you're a new watcher, and of course if you're a returning watcher, thank you. And this is the recap, the review for Scream Season 2 Episode 8. The episode's entitled Village of the Damned. So the episode starts off right away. You know that there's gonna be some foolery that occurs. One thing is, Audrey is asleep, she's in bed. You have Noah, who's narrating, of course, his podcast, The Morgue. While he's doing so, Audrey feels, it's like, what's dripping on me? You know what's dripping on her? Blood. Whose blood? That's soon to be determined. But it basically, of course, the killer was in her house, and the killer, what the killer did was they put 12 dead. And they're thinking, 12? We're all thinking, what do you mean 12? I thought it was only 11. At most 11. It's like, Lord Jesus. Who's next? Who's next? Or who's one that we don't know about yet? Or that's still technically pending. And the other thing is, the killer wrote, no one will forgive you. And they wrote that on her mirror. So basically Audrey realizes she has to go and do something fast because this person is going to out her really soon. If she thought her being outed for being lesbian, bisexual last season was bad enough or was painful, this is 100 times worse. She's talking to Noah, and Noah's just like, yo, what are you gonna do? Like, this is getting really serious. The killer's in your house? So she's like, look, I'm just gonna have to tell Emma. It's like, yeah, you better tell Emma. You better tell Emma sooner or later, because if you don't, Lord, but then again, this is Emma we're talking about, so we know how she's going to react. Now, for some reason, Stavo, Zoe, Noah, and also Audrey are all sitting down at a table together. Again, very weird pairing. But Zoe wants to know Stavo. Not Noah, but Stavo. So what do you think? What do you think about, of course, Miss Lang? Why is she still alive? Why did that person push her? And it was just like, clearly the killer wasn't done with what he was trying to do. The killer wanted to make her disappear, but he was interrupted. And Audrey, weren't you there? Still feeling a little sour after Audrey, unintentionally got beat up. So, that was a good one. But we have Quinn, of course, that's Brooke's father. He's on loudspeaker because a lot of parents were complaining about maybe it's not safe, maybe they shouldn't do their town anniversary this year. He's like, look, nothing's going to scare us away from doing that. He's doing that mainly because I believe this is the year of him, his time in office being up, and he wants it to be renewed. So he's going to do everything he can to make sure that stays true. Now, another interesting thing that happens is, Brooke comes out of nowhere, and Brooke's just like, look, I have to go and do the stupid Lady in the Lake thing, and I have to go and do a speech and wear this dress. You guys need to be there because it's going to be unbearable if you're not there. So, of course, they have her. They got her. Now, Miguel, Sheriff Miguel, he's looking through Miss Lang's things, and it's just like, who is she? Exactly. Who is she? Why does she have all of this information on them? Now, he is a little shady because he goes and he takes his son's recording, that Miss Lang got of Stavo, and he separates it from the rest of the bunch. But then he gets a call. He gets a call because there was a house that was on fire. That house that was on fire also has 2 dead bodies. So now he's really bugging out. He's really looking like, Lord Jesus, why is this still happening? Why did I come back to town now? Now, again, another partially weird pairing after what happened. Eli and Emma. Emma is just like, look, we need to tell the truth. I call this in because it's better. See, Emma did the smart thing because they were going to find out eventually anyway. So it was better that they at least not make themselves look too much like suspects by saying, oh, we were there. So she goes and she needs to talk to Sheriff Miguel. She goes and talks to Sheriff Miguel and lets him know, look, we were there because, we were just being dumb. We needed something to do. And she was, of course, he was just like, look, here's the real issue. The fire It looks like it was done intentionally. So he was trying to question her to see if, so was Eli with you the whole time? Did he not go to the car? She was just like, no, we were always together the whole time. It's just like, we stayed in the living room. That's it. And nowhere else, nowhere else. So, of course, he says, like, I'm here to protect you. And just a word of advice, Kieran, he only snitched on you because he wanted to protect you. And she's just like, yeah, I know. He still snitched, but yeah, I know. And so, I was just like, okay, am I free to go? My mom's here. She's like, yeah, of course you're free to go. Now, Miguel goes and informs his, one of the police officers, go and tail her. I do not trust her. I don't trust her. I don't trust any of them. So you need to go and watch her, because death follows that girl. One way or the other, we're going to find out why. Now, Emma doesn't want anything to do with Eli. Eli's just like, oh, okay, so did you talk? Like, what happened? It's just like, I just told the truth. I didn't say anything incriminating. Everything's good. We can go. It's like, oh, okay, so do you want to hang out? I was like, Eli, get the picture. She's with Kieran. She does not want you. You keep doing those mind games to try and make her think that she wants you, but it's not going to happen. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. Now, of course, Miguel goes and informs Emma's mom that, look, we need your expertise. I know I said you can't be on the case, but now I need you because there were some murders. There were some bodies. You need to examine them. Brooke is in probably what she thinks is the worst type of class ever. It's like this super etiquette class thing to prepare the ladies for the Lady of the Lake competition. Now, Zoe is overall interested in it. Brooke is just like, this is stupid. I really don't care about this. Zoe's like, my dress is trash. It's tragic. And I don't know how I'm going to win. Brooke is saying, no, I don't want to win anymore. But you do? Okay, why don't we work together? Yeah, take my minds off of the Jake and all the other foolery that's been going on. Miguel is listening to Stavo's recording, and Miguel's like, yo, because Stavo, again, is just kind of saying how he's defending serial killers and all this stuff, because he's super into all that stuff. Now, he goes home, and he tears up Stavo's room because it's just like, where is it? Where is it? I saw it. Remember, Stavo had that mask. It's just like, Dad, you really think I'm the killer? And it was just like, no. It was like, look, whatever happened in Phoenix, happened. That's it. That was the last thing. It's just like, yeah, well, you have been on a roll. You seem a little too interested in all this stuff. It's just like, Dad, it's not a big deal. What you need to understand is that the gun went off, and I had it because I wanted to know what it felt like for my friend. So I'm thinking, wait, was Stavo's friend shot and killed by someone, and Stavo was there, or Stavo's really interested in death and gore and all of that. So I guess even with how he handled his friend being killed or shot at, it freaked his dad out. Anyway, so Kieran goes over to Emma's house, and Kieran and Emma are talking, they're chit-chatting. Kieran gets pissed because, remember, Eli informed Emma about what happened to his parents, and so Eli didn't go into full detail. Eli just said the majority of the story of how Kieran feels responsible for killing his parents because he had an argument with his stepdad the night when the car accident occurred. Of course, there's more to the story, but initially we didn't know that. So Kieran storms off because he's just like, this is what he always does. He tries to go and take things and spin things. Anything that's to do with me, he has a problem with it, so he tries to remove it out of the situation. Now, Audrey, she gets a video of course, Emma sleeping. And so she's bugging out because it's like, Lord, the killer was in Emma's house too? The killer was in Emma's house as well? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And it was actually, of course, with the bloody knife. So the killer at some point is going to out Audrey. It's like, you better shut up. You better not do anything because I will out you. And this will be the second time that you are officially outed. I know you don't want to go through that. I know you and Emma are at the fair, at the carnival, and Audrey is sticking to Emma like glue. And of course, it's like, well, I do need to talk to you. But you know, right now's not the time. But Brooke is really excited because she helped Zoe out a lot compared to what Zoe's look was going to be initially. She helped a lot. Brooke's just like, you know, I'm just over the situation. Zoe's saying how she gets nervous public speaking. Yes, Zoe gets nervous at public speaking, so she has some alcohol, you know, just to calm her nerves. We're all looking at her like, goody two shoes Zoe, goody two shoes Zoe. Really, Zoe. Anyway, Noah comes in and Noah has flowers for Zoe, and it's all lovey-dovey and cute. Brooke is drinking a lot because she's like, Lord, that's so cute, but I don't have someone of my own. Go. So it's like, oh, hey, Stavo. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy, what's up? Stavo, of course, because of what happened at his house, he doesn't want to go back home. He just wants to go and hang out with Brooke. Brooke is saying how she has to go and do this thing, and she has to do it for her because she has some stuff she wants to get off her chest. Stavo's just like, you know what? If you want to do a stupid thing, then screw you. Then fine. Do you. Brooke goes and takes another drink. We're like, okay, this can't be going well. This can't go well. Eli, as I said, was trying to talk to Emma again. And Emma overall isn't interested. She's just like, look, I'm with your cousin. That's how it's going to be. Eli goes, grabs her by the arm. I'm just like, wait a minute, you just said you don't hurt anyone. Now, I forgot to inform you that Kieran let Officer Miguel know that Eli, you know, he's had a history of sneaking into women's, or at least one woman's bedroom, you know, every once in a while, that he was really infatuated with. And that's a huge problem because, as we see, the killer likes to do that too. But before that, Kieran is watching Emma like a hawk, sees what Eli's trying to do. So Kieran comes and beats up Eli. And it just looks really bad because the town's on edge. There's a killer amongst them, and so anyone who's getting really physical or doing a little bit too much, they're just like, yo, you need to stop it. You need to stop it. And of course, this is Kieran, this is Eli. So it made it even worse. Zoe is having a blast with Noah. It's like their perfect date. They're kissing in the photo booth. Everything's all magical, but they have to save it for later. Audrey wants to go and tell Emma something. She wants to go and tell Emma something really soon, but that's not going to happen. Zoe's speech goes off without a hitch, and then the next person to come up. Now, mind you, Zoe comes backstage and sees, and it's like, okay, what the hell's wrong with Brooke? Brooke's just like, I'm fine. So it's like, you're drunk. So it's like, it doesn't matter. I'm good. I have something to say. So Brooke initially was saying how she had a speech for her father and her, but she wants to go off the cuff. She just wants to freestyle. Brooke basically reads the town by saying, I am sick and tired of pretending like nothing happens. How are you celebrating when, at the end of the day, this is a town where so many deaths occur? It's like a black hole. There is no light. It is a black hole. And because of that, you guys just pretend like nothing happens. People die and no one cares. We just cover it up. That's what we do best. Now, Miguel gets the results from Emma's mom's findings, and the first person was dead for days. Now, of course, that was most likely the clerk. Was that the clerk? Yeah, the clerk at the motel. The front desk attendant at the motel, I'm assuming. The second person, mind you, of course, there was enough tissue left to make a ID. And it was Seth Branson. Now we know Seth Branson's hand was cut off. And so he's looking like, wait, did you say his hand cut off? It's like, yeah. Now, she never said anything about him being, what's the word? About him actually still being alive or anything like that. I guess the autopsy couldn't tell her that, at least that soon. Maybe a little bit later on. But once she leaves, Miguel goes, he checks his files and sees that Stavo has a picture. For some reason, Stavo has a picture of what could appear to be as Branson and tied up initially. So again, but it was before he had his hand cut off and all of that. So I'm wondering, is Stavo, not necessarily that he knows who the killer is, but is the killer kind of feeding him information regarding the Lakewood 6? Did I say Lakeland? I hope I didn't say Lakeland. Actually, I did, because it's funny when I say Lakeland. But the Lakewood 6, I don't know. Brooke is backstage. Brooke is just like, the truth needed to come out. Her friends are trying to console her. Zoe gets her some water. She's like, yo, you good, girl? You good, ma? You told the truth. Shout out to you, but you good? Brooke's father, Quinn, he's just like, what is your deal? What are you doing? What is the problem? And it's just like, Daddy. It's like, oh, okay, my baby. Okay, let's go home. Now, Emma doing her usual stupid stuff. Audrey caught it right away as soon as Emma left. It's just like, where is this chick? Emma, why would you possibly go off on your own, even if it is with Kieran? You should have had someone walk you, because, what was it, like 30 minutes left for the, what is it, the carnival to be on? To be open? So she gets this text message from Kieran, and then she gets a call from the killer, and the video of Kieran tied up. I'm thinking, wait a minute, something about this doesn't feel right. I don't trust this. I don't trust this at all. Audrey gets a video of Emma walking into the funhouse, so the funhouse is finally going to be used. I know people were upset that it wasn't used before. It's going to be used now. And what ends up happening is the killer's in there. But remember, there's a police officer tailing the killer. And I was wondering when the black person was going to die on this show. I guess it was going to be tonight. Because the killer goes and kills the black police officer who was in charge of watching Emma. Now, Kieran, we can't find Kieran. I'm like, Kieran's the killer. Kieran's the killer! So Emma goes, gets the dead police officer's gun, shoots. Thankfully, it was at the mirror. So Kieran goes and he runs out. I mean, the killer goes and runs out. And we're thinking, wait a minute, something's not right here. So we have the killer, not the killer, it's actually Kieran. Kieran was dressed up as the killer. Someone dressed him up as the killer and duct taped the knife to his hand. So of course it looked crazy, and also duct taped his mouth so that he's running around, and the whole goal was for Emma to accidentally kill him. Fortunately, that didn't happen. Emma runs outside with a gun, mind you, and blood on her hand. So Officer Miguel's is like, stop, drop it, unless you want to get dropped, drop the gun. So she drops the gun, and then he's like, they put her hands behind her back, they cuff her up, and it's just like, Lord Jesus. As soon as they saw it was Kieran, and Kieran was almost killed off, they thought, this is too much. This is too much. This is just too much. Way too much. Way too much. Now, of course, Kieran goes and talks to Emma, and this is where Kieran lets Emma know that, look, my cousin, he wants everything that I have, and that includes you. So that's why he's been trying to do all of this stuff. Not only that, but the reason why my parents died was because of me. I was actually in the car when it crashed. My stepfather looked away from the road for a second to yell at me, and because I was being really just immature, and so I felt guilty ever since. I was like, oh, that's sad. You see Noah and Audrey, they're looking at Emma and Kieran, and Audrey's like, look, I'm going to take power into my own hands. I'm going to go and do something about this. Noah goes, and him and Zoe, they go back to his place. He is trying to have sex. His phone keeps ringing. It's Audrey. It causes a fight between the two of them. She leaves. I'm like, Lord Jesus, really? Brooke, I don't care that you actually called Stavo to go and just sleep in your bed. Not sleep with, well, technically sleep with you, but not in a sexual manner. Just you need some company. And you left the stupid stuff, but she can get away with it. It's shocking and appalling and amazing. Now, we see this, we see two scenes. We see Audrey, she's in front of Emma's house, and she's going in Emma's house, she's walking upstairs, she texts, what's his name, Noah, to inform him that she's gonna go and just tell the truth. Now, as she's trying to do that, you hear the audio of when she was talking to Noah. Now remember, Zoe had it, and she sent the email to someone. We didn't know who. We assumed that she sent it to herself so that she could possibly forward it later on. Long story, very short, Emma is listening to the audio as Audrey is walking upstairs. So, as soon as Audrey opens the door, that's when it says, and I quote, "I'm the one that invited Piper to Lakewood." And then comes Audrey. Oh my gosh. So, it's back to square one as far as who we think the killer is. Please like, comment, subscribe. Come back next week. I do answer the comments. So, Lord, I don't know. It's like, it's a little bit of everyone. It really is.